You tell your child to take a bath. No. You tell them to put on their shoes. I don't want to. Even when you offer ice cream, something they'd usually trade an entire afternoon of playtime for, sometimes the answer is still a no, so definitive. It catches you off guard. In that moment, standing in your kitchen or living room, you feel like you're facing a tiny CEO who has just vetoed your entire project. You feel a sense of deflation, perhaps even a bruised ego, thinking, what did I do wrong to make them so stubborn? But there is a truth from the psychology labs I want to share with you. That no is actually an early life declaration of independence. Welcome to the stage we call negativism. This isn't a glitch in the system. This is a miraculous moment when a child's brain begins the journey of detaching from absolute protection. They no longer want to be just an extension of their parents. They are practicing being a distinct individual with a voice and an inner world that is beginning to bloom. Imagine that in the earliest years, a parent and child share a connection with no distance. Then, the word no appears like a pair of gentle scissors, helping the child start to stand on their own psychological feet. In behavioral science, there is an observation that gives us pause. A child who is always compliant, who never resists, is sometimes more concerning to psychologists than a stubborn one. Why? Because without practicing that no, a child misses a golden opportunity to establish personal boundaries. An overly obedient child may grow up with a tendency to be a people pleaser, easily manipulated, and struggling to defend their own views against the pressures of later life. So, when your child stands there refusing to put on a coat, they are actually learning the most important lesson: how to be honest with themselves. They are practicing saying yes to their personal identity, even if it means displeasing the people they love most. Why do children love the word no so much? Because it's the fastest way to feel personal power in a world where almost everything is arranged by adults. The word no makes the world stop. You are puzzled. You pay attention. You listen. To a developing brain, this is an exhilarating discovery of influence. But behind that steadfast exterior, there is often a silent overload. A child's brain is like a house under construction. The downstairs, where emotions are managed, is already highly sensitive. But the upstairs, where logic and control are processed, is still a work in progress. When we bombard them with too many demands, no acts like a circuit breaker. It isn't defiance. It's a self-defense mechanism, protecting the nervous system from stress. Strangely enough, a child might refuse even their favorite ice cream. That is a moment where the joy of expressing their will outweighs their sense of taste. But immediately after, they might burst into tears. They need us to validate one crucial thing. Even if you try to grow up, even if you push me away a little, I am still here sturdy and compassionate enough for you to always feel safe. We often wish for well-behaved children, but the world truly needs independent thinkers. The resistance you face every day is actually a dress rehearsal for your child's future resilience. You aren't facing an enemy. You are observing a young scientist exploring the limits of life. Understanding doesn't mean we abandon all rules. We still need them to brush their teeth. We still need them to buckle their seatbelts. But we do it with a sense of calm and respect. When you can smile and understand the no behind the noise, you are giving your child a priceless gift: the right to have an identity. The most courageous adults of the future are often the children who started by refusing to eat their cereal to protect their own opinion. Be patient with them, and be patient with yourself. Because love, sometimes, is simply learning to accept a no with an open heart